part of it's pushing yourself.
From where I came from, you know, not being able to get out of bed for months, you know, to running a marathon.
When I reached mile 19, it was the best part of the entire race for me. I just started crying. I was so happy.
You know, it's real funny. It's just like, I came here to Beit, and the second day I was here, I was at VBS, and they said we're doing this marathon thing. And just to try to get, like, attention, I was like, hey, I'll do it. And I went up to Rachel, and she gave me a thing, and, you know, and then, like, 4 months later, the race is coming. And I haven't really trained, or I really haven't done anything, and I'm like, well, I'll just raise a lot of money, and I'll walk it, and, you know, that'll be my motivation. And I had some success there, but somewhere during the race, I had walked the first 8 miles, and it was like at the 3 hours already, and I'm like, this is not fun. Part of it's pushing yourself as hard as possible and just seeing how far you can run today. So at mile 8 or 9, I took off running. And like at mile 12, I ran into David Wiss, and he's like, you got an hour to get to the Beit people. He's like, you know, they're leaving at 12:30, and one of the reasons I was so happy when I saw it is I ran hell-bent with everything I ever had to get there before everyone left. And then my mitzvah came because, like, at mile 16, I found Leah kind of struggling. And then we partnered up and finished together, and we pushed and crawled, and she fought and I fought to get to you guys. And then it just, the people that I love here, everyone waited. They were so happy. And I was just, the charge I felt. I mean, that was my reward, and it's the Beit Shuva way. It was love. It was just doing it your way, making it your own thing, and it was just awesome. And the rest of the way, we kind of walked. We got home pretty late early in the evening, but you know, that was all the reward I would have ever needed.
Well, for one thing, and I was, in fact, saying this before the race, like, I had to make it to mile 19. Like, I wasn't even as concerned about mile 26, but when I reached 15, my body started to really hurt, and I had to stop for a bit and stretch, but fortunately, Doug Albano came out of nowhere and was like, hey! And we ended up running the rest of the race together, and his energy was so great. And then when I eventually did reach mile 19, I kind of wanted to quit, but Rachel Lurie was just like, no, go. And I was like, okay, you know, and it's like you get to mile 19 and everyone's cheering you on and you're so pumped, and so, like, you can't just stop there. You got to keep going, you know, running like, bye, I'm going to go finish, you know, like, you got to keep going.
I was relieved that it was over, and I felt so sore and stiff that I was just happy just to be done with it. But the next day is when I felt the euphoria of it and the real true accomplishment. I looked in the mirror and I looked different, and I felt like I had accomplished the most difficult task physically of my lifetime, and I felt like I can hardly wait to do it next year, to be an hour off my time.